We look up at the big scoreboard behind us. They still have the number 4 pick,
Yes,
but
they do.
That could change, right, EJ?
Yes, it could, because as part of their trade that they made earlier in the season with the Colorado Avalanche, they gave the first-round pick to the Avalanche this year or next year, and they have the right to decide when they're going to do that. Now, this is a team that's had a lot of challenges, let's say, in the offseason. We don't know how things are going to play out next year. It could be a struggle for them. They could land in the lottery, let's say. They could even end up with the number 1 overall pick. And then you're sitting there, if you didn't give it away this year, you have to give it away next year. And that could be Jack Hughes, who's thought to be maybe a franchise player. So for Peter Dorian of the Ottawa Senators, it'll be interesting to see what they do. They have right up until their pick to make the decision. They will probably look and see what happens in front of them and then see if there's a player there that they really want. They pick again at 22 overall, but they don't pick after that until 95. So a really difficult situation, but it is one of their own making. It was part of their trade. For me, I would likely give up that 4th pick this year because I don't know how much better it's going to get next year, but it's a tough call because there's a lot going in Ottawa right now.
Oh, yes. Very tumultuous time.
Yes.
The Rangers are on the board in the first round 3 different times. What do you expect from that club? We understand the rebuild and the process that they're following.
Yeah, it's interesting because we don't think of the New York Rangers as a rebuilding type team. And now they've kind of gone all in on the rebuild. They have the 9th pick, they have the 26th pick, they have the 28th pick, and they have 5 picks actually in the top 48 in this draft. Will they stay true to that? Or will they start to tinker? Will they start to move some draft picks and try to maybe get some young veterans that can help their team? I think they're going to stay true to their course, and I think they're going to use these selections to make picks. And in fact, I think if they could trade 1 to get 2 more, they'll try to do multiple picks depending upon where Gordie Clark and his scouting staff feel the players are.
It has been a very busy time for the New York Islanders. Lots of changes throughout the organization. Lou Lamoriello now calling the shots, and of course the new head coach, Barry Trotz. They've got 2 picks in the first round, back-to-back, 11 and 12. What do you think they do there?
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to me because it's been my history at these drafts, and I've been at a lot of them. When general managers come into a situation late, like Lou Lamoriello has, they don't know the scouts all that well of that particular team. They may not trust the scouts all that well of the particular team. They will likely be looking at that table and saying, we're probably going to be moving some of these guys around, and I may bring in some guys that I trust more. So is Lou willing to move 1 or both of those picks with the idea, I don't know if I trust my scouts here. They're not my guys. Maybe I can make some moves. I need a goaltender. I need some help on defense. So I'll be very interested to see what the Islanders do because, again, Lou Lamoriello is not all that familiar with all those gentlemen sitting around the table. It'll be very interesting to see what he decides to do. He's got to come out of there with back-to-back picks in the first round.
He is a charismatic figure, though. When he walks around, everybody's aware of what Lou is doing.